Being from Miami, I don't know how to feel about Cubans being in their find out era. Because they took over Miami, and it was to the point where you couldn't even find a job unless you spoke Spanish. And even if you spoke Spanish and you wasn't Cuban, you wasn't getting that job. And I give them a lot of credit because before their family or friends would leave Cuba, they would already have a job, a car, and a place to stay.
They said Cubans in Miami is not letting black women that's big in their clubs. They're not letting them in. They're refusing them service. They're saying they're too big and they're too dark. I repeat, Cubans are in Miami telling black women that's too big, they can't come in. Huh? I'm confused. But y'all hate when we make it into a race thing. Why are y'all making it into a race thing? Y'all hate that when we talk about the issues. Why are y'all doing that? Why are y'all doing that? I never been to Miami. I haven't been. Now, no, I'm not that big, but are you going to tell me I'm too dark? Probably. That's crazy. I met some people that was from Miami before. They act stank as hell. They do. They act like they shit do not stink. Like they better than everybody.
Hi guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So a lot of these people, actually Miami Cubans, people are calling them out today. They are on the block again, reason being that they are always very good with the whole n-word and all of that without caring or minding, and people are talking about how they have actually played a particular role in their life which was not a good sign, negative way. They played the negative way in their life. So we're going to let the rest of the videos roll so that everyone can say their mind in this video today. Anyway, I'm going to let the rest of the clips roll, then I'll come back with more commentary. Credit to all creators on this video. Please do well to let me know what you all think in the comment, and do well to like and subscribe. Let's go watch.
So I got a question for the Cuban community, because I've been down in Florida for almost 2 years now, and it seems to be a known fact that Cubans are racist. So what I want to know, Cubans, I would like to have a discourse on this, because would you like to confirm or deny said statements? And also, what are you doing to change that stigma that you've got going against you, saying as such? Because at the end of the day, y'all is not white Americans, and I feel like y'all try to act more white than white Americans, or try to identify as such. And I experienced this same thing in Seattle with not just black folks, but the Asian culture up there, because it's a sentiment of a type of whiteness that people ascribe to. And in doing so, you become very anti people of color. And so much so that you want to ascribe to a certain level of American whiteness that you deny any type of Latin or black anything that is in your lineage. So I just want a little understanding on that one. If someone can help me out. Because, I don't have anything against Cubans. I actually find Cuban men very attractive. So I'm just trying to figure out what's the deal. I mean, the women's attractive too, but, that's not my tree. That's not my farm. It's not my pig. But, I'm just curious. Let's have a chat.
I'm sorry. Have y'all been seeing that the Cubans in Miami say the N-word? Is that really a thing? The way people are really getting on this app and proudly saying, yeah, I'm from Miami and I'm Cuban. We say the N-word. That's part of the culture. I don't understand why non-black people are consistently trying to be the spokesperson of who can and cannot say that word. I am confused. Child, let me go to bed.
I absolutely hate Atlanta weather. But let's talk about anti-blackness in the Cuban community. To understand the anti-blackness within the Cuban community, you have to understand how we even got a Cuban community to begin with. And we can thank colonizers for that, Spanish colonizers to be exact. Because you see, before the Spanish came to Cuba, what we know today as Cuba, there was a large indigenous population of Taino people. But it wasn't just Taino. I know I don't want to botch this name, but I might. There were the Seboni people and also the Guanahatabey people. Long story short, there were people there on the land of Cuba before the Spaniards decided that they were going to come here, mass murder everyone, and replace them with African slaves. And that's exactly what happened. But what you have to understand is even though they brought African slaves there, they brought slaves there as slaves, not to be members of society. So the only people who were walking around free and controlling shit were the Spaniards, essentially white people. So, after a couple hundred years of that, you can definitely expect there to be a mixing of some bloodlines, mixing of some ethnicities, and that's how we got Cubans. Now, before I keep going, I don't want you to hear this and think, oh, all Cubans are racist. No, Cuba literally houses so many black revolutionaries from the civil rights era, we cannot ignore that. What I'm saying is, anti-blackness runs rampant through their community, though, including the Cubans, not to mention the Cubans in America, which is what this video will be about. But I just wanted to make this disclaimer because I don't want you to think that this is me saying all Cubans are racist. Absolutely not. Cuba has actually been one of the greatest allies as far as the entire Hispanic diaspora. They've been there for us. But it doesn't negate from the fact that they have a bad case of anti-blackness. Let's get back into it. Yeah, I will be speaking at the Juneteenth parade. I'll be speaking from 1:10 to 1:30. Or 1:15 to 1:30, but just get there around 1 if you want to see me speak. And it's going to be at the Piedmont Park, June 14th, which is this coming Saturday. At, like I said, 1 o'clock. Just get there at 1. I want you to enjoy the festivities. But anyway, let's get back into it. All right, now I'm pretty sure I've heard the name Fidel Castro. Now, there is a lot of things you can say about Fidel Castro, but the bottom line is that he was a dictator. He did a lot good for his community, but he also did some bad. And this caused a lot of Cubans to flee Cuba. Because, I mean, back home, he was seizing land. He had successfully controlled the media. There was no free speech, food, medicine, and your typical fucking basic goods were becoming scarce.
I'm going to jump right in to read the comment section because a lot of people dropped a lot of stuff in this comment, and I'm wondering why will some people just claim to be so good, but somehow they are also not happy with other people. People have warned you to stop saying the N-word, but somehow you want to just keep saying it. And that's why, like, a lot of people raise their hands and like, whatever thing that wants to happen to this community, we actually not part of it. But let's take a look. This one says, is a Miami thing. I'm Cuban, raised in Miami. It's very normalized here because everyone grew up with mixed group of friends, and it was more of, that's my dang, okay? Than a racial slur. There is a lot of Afro-Latinos here too. Doesn't justify it, but it is very normal here. Very normal. This one say, being Cuban and Dominican from Miami, if you can say it, I can say it. After all, I mean it in the same way you do, as a term of endearment. It's in song, in fact, a lot of my favorite song. If you take it the wrong way, that sounds like a you problem. Somebody said that. Anyway, this one said they do just like how Puerto Ricans and Dominicans in New York do also. It's absolutely not part of the culture. Maybe the culture they made up, because I assure you they don't get around blacks and say it. They say it amongst themselves. Okay, this one say is a thing for the low class Cubans that don't want to improve or make themselves better. Sadly, yes, a lot of the Hispanics do. They just don't, get that is wrong. Is really frustrating. But why would somebody just say, I'm going to piss off a lot of people today by saying the N-word? I don't care who it affects. I don't care who get angry. What I just know is that I'm going to keep saying what I got to keep saying. Well, they keep saying it and people just keep noting it down. And when the whole deportation started, you saw how people took it and just laughed over it and nobody reacted. When it happened to Asians, a lot of people came out to really support the Asians and like, I'm so sorry this is happening to Asians and all that. But when it happened to Cubans, people didn't really care. A lot of people didn't really care because they said, we have warned them countless times, stop saying the N-word, but somehow they keep saying that, say, if you can say it, I can say it, and we all see it. Okay, but why will you stay and say you don't want to get the support of other communities? Because community is everything. Okay, nobody is an island. You cannot just be happy alone. You have to relate with other community, network with other community, and be happy for them when good thing comes their way. But somehow these people don't care. I guess that's why everyone is just like, okay, whatever. Well, this one said, I'm a Cuban and I'm from Miami, and I'm gonna tell you and correct you that everyone in Miami speaks this way. Also, there are black Cubans and Hispanics out there. Not excusing it, but I had to correct it. It aren't a Cuban thing, is a Miami thing. Okay? Okay. So the creator now replied and said black Cubans wouldn't be included in the non-black people. You do realize Cubans are also black as well, right? Majority of Cubans are of mixed race. Okay, they don't get it wrong yet, actively rate the sales towards darker skin tones make it more make sense. Miami Hispanics are a different breed altogether, according to this person. Okay, so let's take a look at another comment section of another video. So this one said, as a Cuban who came here in 1980, nothing was given to us. We got no handout. So inform yourself. It looks like you have some sort of hate for Cubans. I have made a great life for myself by working hard and educating myself. You should try it sometime. Your ignorance is mind boggling. Okay, this is from another Cuban a comment as well. So this one said, as a Cuban immigrant, I could not agree with you more. I'm embarrassed to see how we've lost our empathy and humanity towards other immigrants. I wish there was an opportunity for this type of education to be heard, but unfortunately they don't want to listen. I don't know which Cubans you're talking about, but it sure was not my family. We came in the 60s. We had to have a sponsor to live with and help us until we got in our feet. We didn't get government monies. Don't think everyone is the same. Well, whether you got government monies or not, that should not make you to talk down on other immigrants as well. Because you are immigrants. No matter if you come the right way or you came the wrong way, I don't know what you guys term as the right way or the wrong way. No matter how you came or you are documented, that shouldn't make you talk less of another immigrant. I guess that's what this person is just trying to point out. Well, lots of them just saying something. They are also pouncing the propaganda against Cuba. They support sanctions and threat of invasion to their bad country. What can you expect for the rest? Okay, well, this one said they benefited from all of those social programs and they voted to it for it to be taken away. A lot of them are super excited that those social programs are getting taken away, and that's why a lot of people are calling them out. Well, guys, let me know what your own take are in the comment. I'd love to read from you. Credit to all creators on this video. Do what to like and subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe and drop your own take in the comment. And credit to all creators on this video. See you all on my next. Bye, guys.